you stepped into this team in the lead role like about 3 years ago now.
Right.
So when you stepped into that coach role, keeping with the basketball reference, what was working at Oak Leyden in terms of culture, and what wasn't working?
Yeah, gosh, really, really good questions. Holy cow, you guys are good at this, right? So I joined Oak Leyden. My first day was like August 1st or 3rd, or I think it was August 3rd of 2020. So, there were a few things going on at that point in time, if we can kind of harken back, right? So, so the challenge for us was, we are so separated at that point, right? And we're worried about the individuals we support and we serve that, we don't want to bring any more germs, any more people into their homes, right? And so we were limiting kind of all the additional interactions, whether that was, additional support folks coming in, other knuckleheads like me walking in the door, right? So we really wanted to be that much more protective of our folks, right? And make sure that they were safe and that they were being taken care of and supported them in ways that, again, talk about manufacturing something. We had no idea, right, what was going on, right? So for us, really trying to figure out, okay, how do we do this truly? Like, how do we do this? And I applaud the team, the leadership team here at Oak Leyden. When I came in, they had made a decision long before I got here that, you know what, our admin folks, we need to show up and be at the office, right? Because clearly the work that we do, our frontline folks, they can't work from home. They're working in a home, but they can't work from home, right? So I applauded our team, our leadership team, that they established that early on, like in March.
Leading by example, kind of, right? Like,
exactly, absolutely.
Like to come in and then we're just sitting at home.
Exactly. Like how, talk about team or the lack of team, right? So you're just saying, okay, yeah, you guys got to be on the front line, literally on the front lines of this work, and I'm going to be hanging out in my PJs in my, in my living room, kind of, doing what I need to do, but so I applaud them. So that was an easy kind of torch to pick up and continue to carry, right? And so then it was about, okay, how else do we really assess this, right? And so much of those early days, right, it is, just keeping the trains moving, right? And really, it's funny looking back, like, you didn't want to move the dirt around too much for fear of what you might see or find, right? So it's like, okay, let's just keep going. Hey, if the Mo's going, just keep momentum going. We'll have opportunities to figure this out downstream, and slowly but surely, it became pretty apparent that we got to be that much more intentional. Like, we can't just kind of rest on our laurels and excuse me, the smoke and mirrors of good work happening, right? That we need to really be and create that culture of unity that we're talking about, right? So to kind of pinpoint, like, ooh, this, that, or the other thing, I don't know if it was as specific as that, Tom and Robin, but it was just kind of a sense that, you know what, we're in some instances we're hanging on by a thread here, right? So let's really figure out, okay, how do we create something that is sustainable, that can be, life-giving to everybody on the team, not just those of us that are fortunate to be able to close our door and kind of hang out in safe spaces.